I'm Laura. Today we're going to be discussing the law of vibration. What is it? Is the big question. So I'm going to turn to my husband and ask him so you can hear the answer. Honey?
Do you want some?
No, I'm talking to you. What is the law of vibration?
Well, that's, even for me, I just came to a realization as to what the law of vibration is. Have you heard of the law of attraction?
I have.
It's the same thing.
So why
Right.
call it the law of vibration?
Well, initially it was called the law of vibration. That's the actual name.
Okay.
But an author a long time ago decided to change the name because they wanted to make it more, how would I say,
Appealing?
I wouldn't say that, but where people could more identify with it is what it is. So
Okay.
it didn't seem more metaphysical or more scientific. When you say law of vibration, it sounds you start to imagine vibrations, right?
Sounds like science.
Exactly. And that's why the person used that name. And I just came to realize that not too long ago. So pretty much they're the same thing. Now, what do I mean by that? The law of vibration means that everything has a frequency, which we talk about all the time. Everything vibrates. Everything is made up of atoms and molecules, talking a bit of chemistry, right? We all know that. No matter what the item looks like, it has atoms and molecules. That pencil you have in your hand, it's vibrating. Okay? You don't think about it that way. All right? Your body is vibrating. So why does your body look the way it does and the pencil looks the way it does? You think?
Because of the level of vibration
Not the level.
that allows it to be dense
Well,
and solid.
It's not the level, because vibration has nothing to do with levels.
Okay.
It's the rate of vibration, the vibratory rate.
You know who the scientist is in this family.
Okay, so that's what it is. The faster something vibrates, the more liquid it is. Not even liquid. The less dense it is. How about that?
Okay.
The slower the vibratory rate, the more solid it is, the denser it is. So now that you know that, if you're talking, say, about a table, and then you're talking about a glass of water, which one do you think vibrates faster? Based on what I said.
The water,
Right. Why is that?
because water is fluid.
Okay? It's not as solid as the desk.
Right.
So the molecules are closer for the desk. The atoms are there very close. They're compact. So it's hard for them to move. They're still vibrating, but they don't move as fast, and they don't have as much space between them as the molecules or atoms for water. Now compare that to air.
The air has absolutely no density to it as far as I
Oh,
know.
it does. Air has density. Everything has density.
Okay.
Right, because everything, as long as you have an atom in you or any of the particles, there's weight. And
Okay.
density comes from everything being close or being far away. You're made up of these particles, so everything has density. Just that it becomes less dense. The less dense it is, the atoms move around. They have more space to move around, is what that is.
All right.
And so then it seems like it's just open space. But it's not. It's not open space. So air, you can walk through air, right? Just when you walk, you're separated molecules or the atoms. While I try to walk through a wall, it's a whole different story because they're very compact. So what is that? Go ahead.
I'm going to say a little hint for all you out there who've got little budding scientists. This might be a good video for them to watch to learn about vibration and density.
Good point.
Okay,
Good
continue
point.
now.
So now what does that have to do with the law of vibration? Well, think about it like this. You have a desk and you want to destroy the desk. What would you have to do?
I'd probably get an axe or
Why an
screwdriver
axe?
to take it apart, an axe to chop it up, or a screwdriver to to take it apart.
So why an axe?
Why an axe? Because an axe is sharp and heavy and it could splinter it, tear it apart.
So why do you
Or
think,
I could just burn it
okay, why do you think you have to burn it though, or splinter it?
because that's what I know.
Okay,
To destroy something physical.
So if you're going to destroy water, you'd use an axe?
No.
Or so
With water, I would boil it and it would turn into steam and evaporate.
So how do you know what to use for what? Why did you not choose axe for water, but you chose it for the table?
Because the axe would go right through the water, where the axe will go through the table, but it will break the table because it's harder than, it's not as, water's not as dense as the desk. You can tell I really did not do well in science in school. He's trying to get me to do a science lesson with you. Okay, I'm going with it.
No, but the point is, without you thinking, see what, and
I knew what to do. Right.
You got an axe
Yes.
because you know that to destroy that table, it's going to take an effort. So you have to get something that's sharp to do it.
Right.
So you didn't verbalize that, but that's what that is. See?
Okay.
The table, in order to destroy it, it attracted an axe. Vibratory rate attracted something that's of a heavier vibratory rate or the same in order to destroy it. Now that's for the table. But for whatever reason, you know that even though the axe has a heavier vibratory rate than the water, it wouldn't destroy the water.
It won't.
So how do you explain that? Why is it that here's something that has a higher vibratory rate than the axe, and the axe can't destroy it?
Because of the law of attraction.
Okay, what was the law? What's the law?
Things
We're not talking
attract.
about law of attraction. We're talking about law of vibration.
Vibration. So then they would. I think it would be the same thing as attraction. The vibratory rate is what brings them together.
So will you please give me details with your choices? So here's the table. Here's the axe.
So the axe is heavy. The table is heavy or dense because of everything vibrating so low, and so that is what can destroy it. Whereas the water is already liquid, and to destroy it, because it's already so loose, you have to do something to break it up even more, which would be the heat to turn it into steam and then into vapor.
Ah,
Did I pass?
a good science. It's not a test. So think about this now, right? So here you are. You're a piece of wood, right?
Uh-huh.
And you're exposed to elements out there, just like germs and bacteria, virus, they're germs, right?
Right.
They're out there everywhere. People don't realize this. Well, just like how they're floating around out there, you have all these other entities with different frequencies that are floating around us all the time as well. You might not think about that, but we saw that movie with the one guy, what's his name? Ricky Gervais. Right, that
Ghost
movie.
Town. Ghost Town. Good movie. Funny movie.
Where he's walking and all of a sudden he sneezes, right?
He walked through a spirit and he
Walks through a
sneezed.
spirit. Well, pretty much. Imagine our world being that way. That you have these entities around us all the time. You could actually walk right through one of them because of their frequency. Now, why did he sneeze? Because his frequency was similar to theirs, and there's a reaction similar to theirs, and there's a reaction there. With the desk and the axe, the desk has a certain vibratory rate. It vibrates at a certain rate, right? Or frequency is a certain level, whichever way you want to approach it. The axe vibrates at a certain rate as well. So which one vibrates at a heavier rate?
Between the axe and the desk?
Uh-huh.
I think they would be equal.
Well, similar, right? But one can destroy the other one.
Yeah, right, because there's a sharp edge
So what does that tell you?
that it's going to vibrate at a lower frequency than the desk.
Exactly.
Ha!
Get it? And think about it. The desk is made of wood. The axe has metal. That's a lower frequency than wood.
Oh.
That's why it can destroy it. Here's water. Water has a higher frequency than the axe. The axe can't destroy the water because water has a higher frequency. So it's just like attachment. If you have a high frequency, you're vibrating at a high frequency, something at a lower frequency can't destroy you because it's too low.
Okay.
Does that make sense now?
Makes sense. So
Yeah.
how do I get myself to have the vibration of a higher frequency?
Boil yourself like you boil
Boil
water.
myself. Maybe get that hot tub going there.
No, but literally it's like boiling yourself, because what do we use? The violet flame, which is
Right?
it's just like a flame, right? So I
Okay.
wasn't really joking about that, but what do you do?
Well, it sounded funny.
When I said boil yourself, I don't mean you cook yourself.
So just imagine yourself with the violet flame boiling all around you.
Exactly. Not boiling around you, but it's around you, and then that clears things off you, right? It cleans you,
Okay.
and as it cleans you, then your vibratory rate increases. Another way of doing that is to make sure you avoid things that are at a lower frequency or a lower vibratory rate than you are. Well, how do you do that? You have to watch your behavior. How are you behaving? Are you behaving in a way that gets you upset? Are you frustrated? Are you feeling frustrated? Are you upset about something? Are you arguing with people? Do you complain a lot? Are you always trying to blame people for things? Because if you're doing that, then that should tell you at what vibratory rate you're operating. That's low, right? All those things are negative, which then means that you'll find yourself not being very happy many times. Another thing about that is, and this just came to me, so I'll say, another thing is, if you find yourself, you can tell at what rate you're really vibrating just by the clothing you're wearing. And I'll share this now because again it came to me. But if you're attracted to a lot of dark colors, like black, right, gray, right, dark brown, it means that your vibratory rate is low, and so you'll find yourself moody. You'll find yourself frustrated. You'll find that you're not happy most of the time, and that's because you're keeping yourself low as far as your vibration goes. One of the quickest ways to raise your vibration is to change the color of the clothing that you wear. Start wearing like pinks, right? Light green, not neon green, but light green. Wear the colors of the rainbow, pretty much, except red.
Why red?
Because you'll notice, for example, politicians, they'll wear that color a lot because red brings out in you your aggression. Notice people that wear red, they're very aggressive people. All right? Because it brings out the aggressive nature in any individual. Experiment with it. And anybody out there, if you wear black a lot, put black on, especially to the top, right? The pants, they don't matter too much, but you wear a black top and just check your feelings. Just try it. Put it on and see how you feel when you're done. And then take it off. Try a different color on, take it off, and just go to your wardrobe and try different colors. And check your mood. And you'll see exactly what we're talking about. So if you want to raise your vibratory rate, one good way is to change the colors that you wear. Wear the colors of the rainbow. And again, I avoid
the red.
Because unless if you want to go screaming at people and you want to if you enjoy taking control, being in control, then you want to wear red. But doing that, you attract a lot of negativity because people won't like you because you're too pushy, right? So to answer your question, that's the quickest way to start on that journey, to improve your vibratory rate. The next thing is pay attention to your thinking. Are you always expecting the worst? And the moment you start to think like that, then of course you're lowering your vibratory rate again. So be careful what you're thinking, and when you start to think those things that could be lowering your rate, then do something. Say a prayer. I know in one video we talked about saying the
violet flame.
Not even the violet flame. The one about thoughts. What's that?
Thought is a living force.
Right.
I always use it wisely and productively.
Exactly, that one, right? Or the violet flame, which to me is even better because it helps you clear negativity. And that one goes,
I am a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires.
And that's all you keep saying. Just say it over and over as many times until you calm down. And that's how you keep your vibratory rate high and you keep raising it. So
That makes sense to me.
Right, those are two simple ways. There are other ways, but those are two really quick, simple ways, right? Anything else?
No, I think that's about it. I could totally relate about the colors, though.
Right, and that's really simple. Then, of course, foods that you eat as well. Right, the foods also affect your vibratory rate. The more processed foods that you eat, you're supposed to. The foods that will keep you going, that will give you that energy you need, are things that are as alive as possible. I'm not saying to eat raw foods. Like plants.
Right.
Fresh
fruits and vegetables.
Exactly. Those are good. And I'm not saying you should go spend your money on organic stuff. And I'm not saying that at all, or even go buy all fresh foods. If you can't afford that, that's not the thing.
Right.
The thing is, you want to eat as fresh as possible and stay away from as many of the processed foods, like all the packed croissants and things. And what are those things?
Like cereals and chips.
Right.
And frozen foods sometimes that are processed with a lot of different things in them.
Now they have some cereals that, like those granola bars, or like those granolas, are those are processed as well?
Right. Oh, that is processed.
Oh, processed. Okay, you have to stay away from those. I know you could make your own like lemonade, get some lemons and squeeze those suckers but sometimes the budget dictates that.
Yeah, exactly.
So if in the meantime it's not affordable for you,
do what you can.
What we'll do is, just do what you can, and what we'll do is later on we'll post a video on how you can actually help your food. You can transmute certain things in your food and make it more
beneficial,
nourishing, right? More nourishing for your body and your family. But we'll do that on the Facebook page, not on YouTube. So when we do that, we'll let people know they can go to the Facebook page and get it from there.
Okay. Does that cover everything that was supposed to be
From what I
covered for
know.
law of vibration?
As from what I know, what do you think?
I think so. I think it was great. All right, then. That's a wrap.